Hello students, welcome to Social Science online classes. In this session, we shall discuss freedom movement. In this chapter, you are going to learn rise of nationalism, Indian National Congress, moderates, radicals and revolutionists. Let's start the chapter with the rise of nationalism. Indian freedom movement, the chapter Indian freedom movement is a very important and spirited, enthusiastic and vibrant chapter in the history of India. Before this rise of nationalism, many of the kings fought against the foreigners in India. But these fights, they were for to achieve their political goals. The kings fought against the foreigners in order to achieve their political goals. They fought against the foreigners, so it can be considered as the beginning of the nationalism. Okay, it can be considered as the beginning of the nationalism. During the second half of during the second half of the 19th century, many developments took place. The developments like expansion of communication, roads, expansion of education, journalism, and the birth of cultural associations can be seen during this period. But what happened? Though all these developments took place, but the people suffered a lot with famines and hardships created by the British rule. Though there were many developments in India, but the common people, the Indians, suffered with the famines and hardships which were created by the British rule. Many farmers and tribal agitations or the strikes or the opposition took place during this period is a proof of this. Indians who suffered in the hands of East India Company put up a strong opposition in the form of First War of Independence 1850. As a result, what happened? It extended the rule of East India Company in 1858 and started the rule of started the rule of Queen of England in 1558. See here what happened. The Indians who suffered lot in the hands of a British East India Company, that is EIC, they put a strong opposition against East India Company in the form of First War of Independence. So as a result of this First War of Independence, what happened? The company rule ended and the rule of Queen started in 1858. Okay, so with the implementation of Act of 1861, it is with the implementation of Act of 1861, the participation of Indians in the legislation process was started. Okay, that was a new startup for the Indians to take part in the legislation process. As a result of all these, what happens? As a result, what happened? The educated youth started sharing the idea of nationalism with ordinary people. See, there was an expansion of British rule in India. So now what happened? Many educated youths, what they did? They provided leadership to various associations which had a nationalistic outlook. Okay, so they started to they inculcate the ideas of nationalism among ordinary people. Nationalism found its root as a concrete concept. So Indian National Congress is the institutional expression of this movement. Now, Indian National Congress. See what happened? The first war of Indian independence in 1857 led to the development of political awareness in India. Many educated youths provided leadership to various associations which had a nationalistic outlook. Okay. Many educated youths provided leadership to various associations to the which these associations had a patriotic outlook. Among them, the Hindu Mela, All Indian Association, Pune Sarvajanika Sabha, and the Indian associations are very important associations. Newspapers opposed the attitude. Newspapers Newspapers opposed the attitude of the government during in rule of Lord Lytton. Vernacular Press Act was enacted to curb the independence of independent press. See here what happened during the rule of Lord Lytton. During the rule of Lord Lytton, what happened? In order to restrict the independence of independent press, that is Indian press, what he enacted? A rule called this Vernacular Press Act was enacted. He introduced Vernacular Press Act in order to restrict the independence of independent press. So all these developments unavoidably led to the establishment of Indian National Congress. See, this Vernacular Press Act was enacted, was passed on. It came into effect on 14th March 1878. Okay, when it came into force, Vernacular Press Act was introduced in on 14th March 1878 in order to curb or in order to restrict the independence of independent press. So all these developments unavoidably, naturally, what happened? All these developments naturally led to the establishment of Indian National Congress. The Indian National Congress, which changed the direction of Indian political history, was born in a national convention held at Bombay in 1885. See, the establishment of Indian National Congress completely changed the direction of Indian political history itself. And it was born, this Indian National Congress was born in a national convention. Convention means in the Sabha, that is in National Sabha, which was held at Bombay in 1885. W.C. Banerjee was its first president. Who was the first president of Indian National Congress? W.C. Banerjee was the first president of Indian National Congress. A.O. Hume played an important role in the formation of Indian National Congress. He was a retired British civil servant and met political leaders in cities like Madras, Bombay and Calcutta and discussed the various issues of public importance. Okay, as a result of these deliberations, as a result of these discussions, what happened? The Congress declared that achieving national unity is its primary aim. What did the Indian National Congress declare? Indian National Congress declared that the main aim or the primary aim of an Indian National Congress was to achieve national unity. Okay, during its first convention, it declared it. In the first meeting itself, the Indian National Congress declared that its aim was to achieve national unity. Okay, so it worked to achieve the diverse culture. Indian National Congress worked to achieve unity among the diverse culture, that is different culture, as India is as India is a country of different cultures and customs. So, Indian National Congress worked hard in order to achieve unity among different cultures as well as social paths of India. The leaders of this period also had the commitment. The leaders of the Indian National Congress, this time they had the commitment to achieve the national unity. Apart from these, newspapers were published in vernacular language, that is in local language. Newspapers were published in local language and enabled the people and enabled discussion on various social issues. As a result, what happened? Many political issues reached to the people. Before this, people were not aware of political issues, but now various political issues reached the people. And the British employed, now what the British did? Now the British employed divide and rule policy. Now what happened? See, now the British decided to divide the Indians and rule the country so that it would be profitable for them in holding the control over the country. Now the British employed divide and rule, which was emerging among the people with the development of nationalism. Now the people were getting united, and there was nationalism was growing in the people, in the hearts of the people. Now the British wanted to break it, so they employed divide and rule policy in order to break the unity which was emerging among the Indians. They started implementing strategies to cause disunity among the Hindus and Muslims. Now what they did, they started implementing the strength which was to cause disunity, to break up the unity among Hindus and Muslims. So still the Indian National Congress continued its focus on creating unity among the Indians, though they employed this policy, divide and rule policy. But still what happened, the Indian National Congress continued to work and it started to focus on creating unity among the Indians. And during the later part of the 19th century, differences of opinions arose in the Indian National Congress. But unfortunately what happened, in the later part of the 19th century, in the later part of the 19th century, unfortunately what happens, the members of the Indian National Congress. So due to their differences in ideology, beliefs and execution styles that are identified as moderates and radicals. Okay, that is moderates and radicals. Now let's study about moderates. Who were moderates then? See, traditionally, the first 20 years of Indian National Congress is called as the age of moderates. Okay, which period is called as the age of moderates? That is, the first 20 years of Indian National Congress is called as the age of moderates. W.C. Banerjee, M.G. Ranade, Sundarnath Banerjee, Dadabhai Nauroji, Gopalakrishna Gokhale were the major moderate leaders. Moderates had faith in the rule of British and judiciary. Here what happened? The moderates had faith in the rule of Britishers, in the rule of British and judiciary. They used to table their demands with the framework of a constitution through prayers and request. Okay, they tried to bring in political awareness among the people. See, how they used to demand? They used to demand their needs, okay, their requirements to the country through prayers and request. Okay, they used to request the Britishers or the British officials in order to bring into effect framework of the constitution. That way they used to table their demands. They tried to bring in political awareness among the people. These moderates, they tried to bring the political awareness among the people. They organized public meetings, discussed various current issues or the burning issues, and submitted memorandums. What do you mean by memorandums here? They submitted memorandums. They submitted memorandums, means here Likita Dhakle we call. Memorandums means that is Likita Dhakle in a written way. Letter, in the other word we can call it as a written letter. Okay. So they submitted memorandums to the government. They memorandums to the British government demanding cutting down of a military expenditure, development of Indian industries, providing good education and programs for poverty, removal of poverty in the country. So these all were their demands in order to cut down the military expenditure. They also asked for the development of Indian industries. They also asked the British, that is giving good education and programs, good education to the Indian people. They also asked for the implementation of programs for removal of poverty. So these all demands, how did they put forth towards in front of the Britishers? Means through prayers or request. Okay, that too in a written form they used to give. Moderates were the first to study the ill effect of the British rule in India. Now tell me, who were the first to study the ill effects of British rule in India? Moderates were the first to study the ill effects of British rule in India. They explained the drain of resources of India into England through scientific statistics and called it drain theory. How the wealth of India was draining into England, that they explained it through scientific statistics, and they called it as a drain theory. By increasing the import and reducing the export, the British facilitated the draining out of Indian resources into England. Just like Dadabhai Naoroji, R.C. Datta also published books explaining the draining of Indian resources into England. The period of moderates is called as the age of liberal nationalism. What it is called as? The period of moderates is called as the age of liberal nationalism. The period between 1885 and 1905 is called as age of moderates. What it is? The period between 1885 C to 1905 is called as the age of moderates. Okay, dear students, now we shall wind up the session here. In the next session we shall come up with the radicals and partition of Bengal, revolutionaries, etc. Okay, thank you and have a good day.